I'm really excited about this one. We're hot off of the tails of Salsify's Digital Shelf Summit, in which we had David and his team there, and Sell Sheets was by far one of our most popular sessions. So, really excited that David and the It's Rapid team invited us back on to kind of talk about Sell Sheets and everything else that is exciting about this. From Salsify's end, I think this is one of the biggest new things that we've been hearing about. So, I'm Jenny Chafin. I run our partner marketing here, and I work with David and team very closely. And along with me, I have Manish Kumar, who does everything and anything on our side from a technical perspective, and he's amazing. So really excited to get these guys on and for you guys to hear about them. Feel free to ask questions during this time. Think we can make it a little bit more organic, so feel free to drop questions into the chat or in the Q&A, and we'll get through with it. So with that, I'm gonna pass it off to David and Manish.
Thanks, Jenny. What a great intro and a wonderful event just a couple weeks ago now that we're going to be talking about here in a minute. I'm Dave Feinlieb, founder and CEO of It's Rapid, and we're a Salsify partner. Delighted about the partnership. Manish, we're extremely excited to have you here today to talk with us about all things Sell Sheet related. And would love it if you'd start us off by introducing yourself.
Thank you, David. Hello, everyone. My name is Manish Kumar. I'm a principal sales engineer here at Salsify. I have been with Salsify for almost 5 years. And over the years, I have worked with many brands and manufacturers on both the B2C and B2B side. So I'm very well versed with the challenges in this space. So I'm very excited to be here because this topic is very near and dear to me. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Manish. We appreciate you taking the time to share your thoughts and let us know what we're hearing from customers in this space. And without further ado, let me talk about our agenda today. So first off, we are excited to have everyone with us for this webinar. As Jenny mentioned, it was a great topic at the event. We're going to be covering some introductions, talking a little about It's Rapid and about the latest and greatest capabilities in Salsify. Then we'll talk about an overview of the Sell Sheet capability, including a live demo, which we're really excited to share with you today. Save a few minutes for Q&A, and then we've got a special offer for webinar attendees. So stick around, and we'd love to share that with you at the end of today's webinar. And we'll try and keep it to 30 minutes. We know there might be more questions, so we'll share our contact info in case we don't get to everything on today's webinar. Happy to answer those in a follow-up. But first off, as Jenny mentioned, first, a shout out to Jenny and the team for putting on an incredible event. We started talking with you about this last year, and my gosh, this event really delivered. Over 700 attendees, a great partner turnout. I heard from customers that they love the material and the content and the speakers, and so we were thrilled to be involved with it. So a really great turnout, lots of very interesting topics, including AI, of course, automation, and all the ways to streamline content workflows. For our part, we had the privilege of doing a session with Newell Brands where they shared the work that they're doing with us on various forms of content automation across product copy and titles, image creation, video, and Sell Sheets. So a lot of great areas there and good examples. And we're going to be doing a deep dive today on the integrated Sell Sheet capability. By way of background, here at It's Rapid, we offer personalized creative at scale for brands and retailers. If you think about this going clockwise around the circle here, from demand creation to conversion, we have offerings for banner ads and videos. The videos could be used both for retail media and product detail pages. We have automated product copy and title optimization, mobile hero creation, imagery, which people use to refresh their content throughout the year, especially for seasonal and shopper opportunities. We have photography services if you need those, and spell sheets in both PDF and PowerPoint form. So we'll be talking about the details of those today. We started out as a project with PepsiCo. That's because we like to start small here at It's Rapid. And we've been fortunate to work with many, many leading brands, as well as establish partnerships with retailers like Amazon, Walmart, and Instacart. And we meet a lot of new customers through those retail partners, as well as through our technology partnerships like the one we're going to be talking about today. So with that background, Manish, I'd love to hand it back over to you and to hear about the latest developments and, of course, the great new platform capabilities.
Great. Thank you, David. Next slide. Perfect. So what we've been hearing from customers and seeing in the market is that to reach omni-channel profitability targets, brand leaders today are looking for more growth, greater operational efficiency, and a consolidation of their tech stack. Now, the first decade of PXM was built to centralize and connect to drive growth at all across key channels and its top portfolio. And it was primarily used by e-commerce and digital teams. Now, with the next generation of the PXM, what we are seeing is that brands are realizing that their company, it's a product company. Everyone touches the product. It's not just certain users, it's all the users. We have to centralize PXM across all the teams that need product data, whether it's their retail media teams, brand teams, legal teams. Everybody needs product data in some way, shape, or form. So again, it's not just key channels, it's all the channels. And automation, David, can you please go back to the next previous slide, please? Perfect, thank you. And last but not least, automation is the key to grow profitably. Next slide, please. Great. So initially, every retailer distributor was not on board with the idea of supporting automation. But that trend is now changing because everyone, whether it's a retailer or distributor, they are realizing the importance of this product content, and they are moving towards full PXM automation. Now, any presentation will not be complete without the mention of AI. So AI drives automation and scalability. And on the Gen AI side, content generation is a top use case. However, there are other use cases, such as content validation before syndication, content translation, content transcreation, and many more where AI can be used. Automation and AI give you the control and power to build the capacity to optimize every touch point for your entire product portfolio, driving growth while still keeping humans in charge, which is a main concern. Now imagine being able to affordably and efficiently treat all of your products like your top 20. That would be pretty incredible. Next slide, please. So product experience has become more challenging than ever because as a brand, you are faced with more volume, more channels, more attributes, and the data you have to be able to share with your retail partners. It's not just about titles and descriptions anymore. There's a lot more behind the variety of data that you need. An excellent also, in terms of volatility, it has been increasing significantly. A good example is about Walmart. Like in 2022, Walmart changed their syndication requirements 142 times. Switching back to 2023, they made 241 changes. So you can see a pretty steep increase in the volatility or modifications required in the data to support your retail partner, which makes it very challenging just to deliver a product experience that serves your end consumer needs and meets the specific requirements of each channel at scale. Next slide, please. And then adding to the mix, there are some headwinds. In a recent survey, 50% of executives say profitability with retailers is their number one concern, which is putting more pressure on brands to drive revenue and profitability with fewer resources. Everyone is trying to do more with less resources. The other observation was around 75% of leaders feel pressure to incorporate Gen AI into their business strategy, forcing businesses to adapt quickly to new technologies in fear of losing market share to some of the competitors. In some cases, some of the smaller upstarts are able to match the capabilities of the bigger brands. AI is actually leveling the playing field on the digital shelf. And then last but not least, 83% of leaders report high collaboration drag across omni-channel orchestrations, which basically means it's getting harder to keep up with the need to deliver more content faster and meet the complex needs of your retailers. Next slide, please. So let's take a quick look at the foundational elements of the next generation PXM platform. You need a way to centralize all of your content into one source of truth and ensure that the content is well connected to where your shoppers are. Obviously, supporting the syndication needs to have multiple versions of the truth of that data to support the retailer or distributor requirements. And the best way to do that is to have a single unified platform which incorporates both the PIM as well as the syndication solution. Furthermore, in order to support that 83% metrics, having the ability to automate a lot of your PXM operations and processes, leveraging things like new automation capabilities, artificial intelligence, and a robust workflow engine which will allow you to reduce the manual effort to support time to market and have a robust omni-channel business. Now, here's a quick fact. Last year, Salsify workflows completed about 365 million automated tasks across the board for all of Salsify customers. It's pretty impressive, but with the rise of Gen AI, we foresee this number going 2x or 3x because the more and more people are going to be using the automation and Gen AI, the more and more automated workflows tasks are going to be created in the platform. Next slide. So PXM Advanced Platform is designed with automation and AI as the foundation. We have re-architected syndication capabilities and launched category accelerators that help specific categories get their products to markets, along with more robust ecosystem integrations. We're also launching a new and simplified release process to allow our customers to better plan for and implement some of the new capabilities on the roadmap that will be coming out later this year. Now, I'm not going to go through this entire list of capabilities in the interest of time, but the way to think about this is that there is a set of platform capabilities which are tiered by edition, and then you also have some add-ons. If you are interested in any of these capabilities, feel free to reach out to the Salsify team, to your CSMs, to your AEs, and they'll be more than happy to help you. Next slide, please. Now, one of the things introduced with PXM Advanced is around what we call our PXM App Center. The reason why we launched this App Center was that we understand that there is an entire ecosystem that supports the digital businesses that sits around Salsify. The PXM App Center will give you the ability to explore and self-service the latest and greatest features from Salsify and from our partners. You can take advantage of out-of-the-box integrations and extensibility points that support your specific business needs. Personally, I'm very excited about the It's Rapid Sell Sheet Builder app. Because of its ease of use, when building sell sheets, spec sheets, technical data sheets, safety data sheets, etc. So without further ado, back to you, David, to showcase how this app works.
Thanks, Manish. What a great tee up there and a lot of exciting developments. I do have a quick question for you. You spend a lot of time, of course, with customers and prospects. Will you take a moment and talk about some of the challenges and opportunities you hear on sell sheets, price sheets, fact sheets in particular, and then we'll walk through a demo.
Absolutely, David. Given I have worked with a lot of B2C and B2B brands, one of the common themes which I keep hearing about it, and everybody has different requirements and they call it differently, like someone will call it sell sheet, spec sheet, safety data sheet, technical data sheets. At the end of the day, the goal is to generate one pager or multiple pages of a PDF document that can be shared with your end customers. And one of the challenges which I keep hearing over and over again, is it's a very time-consuming process to create and manage it, because anytime any changes are made into the data, into the specifications, they need to update the sell sheet, and that takes a long time. Also, I was talking to a customer recently, and what they mentioned is very frequently, because of these challenges, they will use their spec sheets in place of a sell sheet. And from the customer perspective, that's not a true representation of the product, because the spec sheet, it's very technical in nature and it's not able to capture all the value proposition of that particular sell sheet. So yes, again, it all goes down to why it's a very time-consuming process. It's very challenging to maintain it, and it's used very widely. Pretty much every brand, every manufacturer I have spoken with, they use it in some way, shape, or form.
Thanks, Manish. What a great tee up and context for this discussion we're about to have and the overview and demo. So on that note, want to just provide a quick overview, a visual on what these are and what they look like. Sell sheets, as Manish was mentioning, come in a variety of different forms. We hear them called price sheets, fact sheets, sell sheets, and so on. And we typically see them in both PDF format, like this vertical format here, but also in PowerPoint format that can be edited and used by sales and marketing for presentations and meetings. The great thing about this capability, and a fun story on how this capability came about, it was really a mix of talking with customers last fall and meeting with the Salsify product team to learn about the opportunity and the need for flexibility and automation and integration. And that's really what this provides, is that full integration with Salsify for getting the data for the sell sheets in, and once the sell sheets are completed, for being able to publish those right back to Salsify or to other endpoints like SharePoint or FTP. The other thing to mention here is they can really be customized to be on brand, to have that brand logo. And if you have multiple brands in the portfolio, we can have designs that are specific for each brand. So let me pause here. I'm going to bring up our demo and show you some sell sheets. So on that note, we've got here a web-based interface. The great thing about this is there's no software that you need to install. It's all web-based when it comes to designing sell sheets and getting them ready and having that design ready to use. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Often a customer will share with us a sell sheet example, some designs that they have. We can quickly mock those up in this interface here. And the wonderful thing is later on, you can come in, make changes to the design, or we can do that for you. So really everything in here is editable. And I like to think of this as a sort of visual mail merge. You have your design and your framework. You're taking your data in from Salsify, putting those two things together, and then outputting PowerPoints, PDFs, or other formats. I'm going to come back in just a minute to talk about some more details of how we do the designs and all the great flexibility that we have here. But first, I thought it'd be great for us to kick off a real live cell sheet creation process. And our product manager, Matt Vargas, is going to take us through that. And Matt, before you do that, I'll just do a little tee up on how the data flows through the system. So what we can see here is that we've got either a webhook notification, which is what we're going to be demoing today, or for large bulk operations, we can take in a channel export when a customer is doing hundreds or even thousands. Some customers have tens of thousands of cell sheets that they want to create. We receive that data automatically from Salsify as well as from other data sources. We generate the cell sheets in It's Rapid, and then they're automatically published back to Salsify. They can be downloaded to your desktop or delivered to other endpoints. And this capability works regardless of the version of Salsify that you're working with. So it's really flexible and easy to use. So Matt, over to you.
Thanks, Dave. So what we're going to be doing, as Dave said, is I'm going to go ahead and take over the screen. Hopefully everybody can see the Mr. Coffee product that I have here in Salsify. As you can see, we have our Mr. Coffee images, logos, and so on. And additionally, we have data. For example, we have a description field. And for this particular process, I'm going to update the description. What we've done with this webhook integration that we've set up through this is when I make an update here, so if I say get the most with the best value to date, as soon as I click save, it's going to immediately kick off that webhook. And a really important detail to emphasize as a part of this is once I click save, that's the last manual input I've done through this whole process. The entire workflow has just been kicked off now. And after a few minutes, we're going to come back here, see that final result PDF. I'll be able to review it. And additionally, we'll talk through some other things. I'll send it back over to you, Dave, so you can share a little bit more about the platform, as well as some examples of other cell sheets that we've done in It's Rapid.
Thanks, Matt. I'm excited to see that cell sheet in just a minute here. I did want to take a few moments to talk about how we do the designs and all the great capabilities we have here. So everything you see here is fully customizable. The fonts, the colors, the default image size, the look and feel, the layout. Really, you can do a lot of flexible and different kinds of designs. We see customers do everything from basic tables with shipping, dimensions, and price data, all the way to fully built out marketing sheets like you're seeing here. And again, the great thing about this is if we are to make a change or make an adjustment in the position of something here, all of our cell sheets going forward will use that updated design and layout. So for example, if there's a mid-year design refresh, a brand update, a logo changes, things like that, some colors change, we can quickly update that here in our team, or you can come in and do it if you'd like. And then all the cell sheets from that point forward will immediately use that new design layout. If you have brand specific fonts, we can load those for you, so you can dial those in for the design. And also the process is very fast. It's fully automated, so you get very high accuracy. It's easy to use and super quick to generate cell sheets, whether that's one or hundreds or even thousands of them. Now we've got a few other examples of some cell sheet designs to take a look at here. You can see here we're using different colors and a bit of a different layout here. We have customers that add QR codes into the footers that include UPCs, things like that. So there's a lot of ways to get creative and really help with that customer engagement when you're sharing these cell sheets out. Or we even have multi-product cell sheets here where we can take multiple images, multiple products, put those together in this grid control, and show all the products, imagery, and data together. And the platform does have some additional smarts built in, so it can handle GS1 hierarchies as well as related items. So on that note, Matt, I'm going to hand it back over to you so that we can take a look at our finished cell sheet.
Thanks. So let me reshare my screen. We're back into the product, and we have our description that we've already updated. And if I scroll down here, I have a new property called Cell Sheet. This workflow has completed its process. I can go ahead and just download this right now. So now I have a cell sheet right here that I'm just going to pop open, and you can see there's our changes right here. Get the most with the best value to date. Additionally, the file name has used the product ID from Salsify. And as an additional bonus, I'm going to pop over here to our catalog sites from Salsify, and you can see we have a cell sheet right here. I can go ahead and click this download button within our catalog sites, and there's the cell sheet as well. So like I said previously, when I talked about the workflow, only one manual input was done, and that was just editing a description field. Now we're here with the completed process. We can see our edits. We have a PDF file into our product view as well as our catalog sites. And that's it. Only a couple minutes of work. So Dave, I'll let you take over from here.
Love it. That looked quick and easy. I love the way that's fully integrated all the way end to end from the data we have in Salsify, whether that data comes to us from the webhook that we talked about or through a channel export for these larger bulk operations, plus being able to pull data in from additional sources if we've got price data or other data sources we need to incorporate, and then publishing that back to Salsify, downloading to the desktop, or pushing the completed cell sheets to an endpoint, a web server, or FTP servers. So really super flexible. Thanks, Matt, again for that great demo. I did want to highlight a couple of other designs and formats capabilities. So we do support multiple languages. As I mentioned, we can incorporate QR codes. We can generate those for you if you need. We also have capabilities like image cropping and background removal. So that way, larger images can automatically be proportionally sized, but use the maximum space within the cell sheet. And then as Manish mentioned, we've been looking at some one-page cell sheets today, but we also support multi-page and even full catalogs. So a lot of great capabilities here to handle different data formats, hierarchies, item relationships, languages, and things like that. So fully automated, super flexible, easy to use, and it really has the benefit of delivering consistent results as opposed to a manual process, giving you that flexibility and just saving time and being efficient in terms of how to execute on this task that often has to happen multiple times throughout the year. But I love to share this here with some quotes from the leadership at Salsify, from David Novak, the CRO. Salespeople want the best, most relevant, most real-time content available, and the integration with It's Rapid makes that happen. So we're thrilled about that. And then with Rob, the unbelievable product, that was his quote that we included here. So we're incredibly appreciative of that and of the partnership. And as I mentioned earlier, we also have great partnerships with the major retailers, the ones mentioned here, as well as other retailers in the ecosystem. Matt, thanks for a great demo there. And Manish, thank you and the team so much for the partnership and for sharing this time with us today. And we're going to open things up for some Q&A. And for those who need to go, I know we're at time. Please feel free. Actually, let me do that real quick before folks hop off. For those who need to drop, we have a special 10% offer for you through 5/15 with the code that you can see here. Or if you just want to chat with us about your cell sheet needs and requirements, you can email us at sales@itsrapid.ai or contact your Salsify representative. So again, we'd love to chat with you, set up some time to talk about your sell sheet needs and see how we can be helpful. I'll leave this up while we do the Q&A in case you want to grab this info, but I do see we have a few questions. So we will start with these. So if we already have sell sheets created that we'd like to use, you can import those. We can also design those for you. Often we have customers that want to maybe do a quick refresh to their design as part of automating the workflow. So this is a great opportunity to do that. And then you can change the naming. Yes, we do have custom naming, so we can dial that in based on GTINs, UPC, the product name, things like that. So we just need to know what naming convention to use, and then when we do the publishing, we can customize the naming. That's a great question. Also, sometimes we have customers with multiple brands. You want to include that information in the name, things like that. So it is very flexible that way. Excel-based price sheets. Thanks, Kim. That's a great question there. Yes, we do have price sheets as well, and I appreciate the question there. These are more like we have pricing data and we want to output an Excel file. So we support PDFs, we support PowerPoints, Word docs, and Excel files, and those are all possible to export using this same capability that you saw today. Sell sheet templates. Yes, great question. So with sell sheet templates, we have some off-the-shelf templates that you're welcome to use, or we can make some recommendations if you'd like. We can also choose from multiple designs. So if you have specific designs or you have multiple brands in the portfolio, we can set up designs specific to each of those brands. So yeah, a lot of flexibility and customization on that. And one more here. The instances and localizations. I see. If I'm understanding it right, yes, we can map it to specific localizations if you have multiple instances. We also have multi-language handling. So if you have multiple languages for a given product, we can output the sell sheets in the different languages. And if I didn't get to that one fully, please just drop us a note after the webinar, and we can make sure we cover off on it. So I know we're past time here. We really appreciate everyone joining us today, and Manish and team, thanks again for the joint partnership here. Thrilled about this. Looking forward to getting more sell sheets, price sheets, fact sheets out there in all their different formats and designs. And please do drop us a note, and we'd love to have you take advantage of this special offer, or again, talking about different designs and requirements. Thanks, everyone. And oh, it looks like Lisa, is there one more there that we didn't get to?
There's a few more questions. What is the additional price for this new feature? I assume case by case basis. And then secondly, yes, we'll be sending out a recording of the webinar.
Perfect. Yeah, we'd love to chat with you about pricing. Happy to put that together for you. And yeah, recording to come. Okay, well, thanks again, everyone. Wonderful session today. And we look forward to talking with you soon. sales@itsrapid.ai, or please feel free to reach out to the Salsify team, and we will talk with you soon.